Alright, so hi guys. This is going to be my first replay of Starcraft 2. I'm going to be starting off with one of my first videos that I've recorded. It was back in the old days when I first started, and it was actually one of my first recorded wins. So, just loading it up now. Now the usual race that I play is Protoss. I find that they're one of the most easiest races to play. Very simple. I'll keep it actually to everyone, so I can explain to you what's actually going to happen with the other enemy as well, which is going to be Terran. So it's a PvT match, Protoss versus Terran. Starting off with the Nexus, of course you just got to aim to build probes, mass probes as fast as you can, while the Terran is just doing the same with the SCVs. Generally at about 9 supply you want to build a pylon, which I'm about to do right about now. Now this SCV is actually building a supply depot on the second ramp. He perhaps wants to suggest that he's going to block off this whole ramp here and make a second base here, his natural expand. Now if he expands to here and manages to supply block off here with his barracks and supply depots, then it's going to be real hard to get up the ramp. But this also proves to be a risk as well, because his barracks actually comes up a little bit later. As you can see, my gateway started just a few seconds before his barracks did. And right now I'm sending up my scouting probe. You always got to do that. You always got to send out a probe to scout for the enemy base. Now to those people who don't know who are new to Starcraft 2, this Zelnaga tower here, if you send a unit next to it, what it can do is it can actually produce a bigger oh, that's a bit rough. You can actually produce a bigger area of view. I think that guy's talking back, I'm not sure what he was on about. Now my first gateway's up, and initially I'm producing a Zealot as my first unit. I've also got gas up as well. You usually want to put up an assimilator at 14 supply. Followed shortly after by the gateway is you need to build a cybernetics core. Now the cybernetics core is the most important building when it comes to the first few minutes of playing Protoss, because it not only helps you produce stalkers, it also can help you research Wargate, which is going to be the next thing I'm going to be talking about soon. So this Terran has built 2 barracks and 3 supply. He actually hasn't gone any sort of gas, which suggests that he's going to be rushing. He's probably going to be rushing Marines. Now this ECB is probably going to be building the next command center as soon as he gets enough minerals. So far he's got 5 Marines and 3 Marines stocked up to be made, and I've only got 1 Zealot out on the field. My micro isn't very good. Like I said, this is my first few games, so my micro isn't really the best. I'll actually show you how good my micro is and my APM. So currently I'm averaging at 29 to 32 and he's at 16. So technically I have more APM, but again APM doesn't really win you the games. So he's actually sending out his first scouting SCV, which my Zealot is going to take care of. Actually, if he was smarter than that, he could have sent it right past my SCV and scoped out my whole base, but I don't think his micro is that good as well. I think we're pretty much at the same level at this time. So he's sending out pretty much a pack of Marines, roughly 5 to 6, 7 Marines, and my probe's about to run into them. So unfortunately my probe dies, and I can actually find out where his base is. I can pretty much find out that it's there. And now he's about to come in with this whole swarm of Marine. Now I've only got 1 Zealot and 1 Stalker. My 4 gateways have gone up, and I still can't research 4 gate, but it's almost done. So pretty much at this stage, his Marines are about to destroy my whole base. He's still got Marines on the way, still coming. I've got one stalker coming out from this gateway, and he's trying to take out my pylon. If you take out the pylon, you pretty much suffocate power to these two buildings here. Pylons are essential to keep power going to the Protoss buildings. Now with this micro I can take away my stalker and move him outside of my base so he gets the Marines to target the stalker. And doing so, that gives me enough time to research warp gate, produce 4 warp gates, and from here I can warp in multiple units. Now the benefit of having a warp gate is you don't have to wait to spawn a unit. The cooldown time is still the same, but they pretty much come out instantly. So I was able to produce a couple of stalkers that took down his whole army. Now he came in with some more. So with my 2 stalkers I'm just trying to defend as best as I can. I've got my pro building another 2 pylons because I'm supply boxed at 24-26. I've got 2 stalkers coming out, so I've got 2 stalkers to defend off 3 Marines, which is easy enough. You got to have some micro in there as well. You got to be able to command one stalker to run away and get the other stalker to attack. So this way you get maximum damage efficiency. Alright, so I pretty much defended it pretty well, and because he rushed, he's not actually going to do so well because he's only got 2 barracks and 1 factory. He didn't actually end up getting a natural expansion. He didn't have enough money for it. So pretty much all he's got is Marines, and he's trying to build siege tanks by the looks of it with the current tech layers. So with my 5 stalkers, they're going to easily be able to take out these 4 Marines. Should happen soon enough. Again, this is my very first few days of playing, so when it comes to being able to micro that well and produce more units, I didn't do so well. I should be able to have at least maybe 15 stalkers out by now, but again, these are my first few days. Also, I don't hotkey. The best thing to do is go Control and 2, Control 3 to command your units. I mean, I've only got Control 1 for the Nexus. So with my 5 stalkers, I'm sending them over to his base now to see, get a feel for what he's done so far. He's actually building his natural expansion now, and so am I. I've got more stalkers coming to the party. Got about 8 so far. So with this, with this Protoss ball of just stalkers, I think I can be able to take him out, knowing that he did rush me. Now what he didn't do there was he didn't actually raise the supply depot. If he did, he actually would have been able to take out my stalkers. But because he didn't raise the supply depot, my stalkers were allowed to come into his base, be able to take out the majority of them. So with that siege tank being the one biggest threat, I took it out straight away. I lost focus of the Marines and tried to take out the siege tank because that's like the most dangerous priority. Now because I'm in his base and because he's not actually producing that many units, I can actually go for his mineral line, but right about now he gives up and decides to leave the game. So yeah, that's my first game. Now obviously there are some better things I can work on, is the micro. I should have been able to produce more probes, definitely made more stalkers. You can always tell if your macro is actually good or not if depending on how much minerals and how much gas you have spare. Obviously having 1 gas, and I had this other gas ready, but I didn't have 3 probes assigned to it, so there's just a few more things that I had to work on. But again, this is one of my first few games, and it didn't do too bad. It was actually more just a successful defense against a quick Marine rush and a good reply with mass stalkers. So yeah, that's my first game. Thanks.